What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. My name is Chris, and we are on the latest version 10.69.2.2, and I started in this roundabout because beta still is pretty garbage at roundabouts, so I just had to press the accelerator there because it stopped after we got in the roundabout. So I just gave it a little tap, and then it did continue through nicely, but I'm going to be focusing on a lot more roundabouts because they're one of my biggest problem areas that are decently common around here. Now, as we go into downtown here, we're going to stress test, so I'm sure we will find some bugs, and that's kind of the point of this type of video. But it's beta, I'm here for safety, and we'll let the car do as much as we can. So a little bit of, I don't know if it's bad news, but you can see it's noon. I do these drives on my lunch at work. It looks like it's being, oh, okay. Handled that well, and are we going to go through this yellow? I would, but well, now I wouldn't. So let's skip the red. All right, so we're waiting for this cross traffic here. And I do these drives on my lunch, and my boss was saying, oh, you do those drives, those videos on your lunch? And I'm like, getting ready to defend myself. It's my lunch. I can do whatever I want. And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, you still don't have 100,000 subscribers? That is pretty pathetic. So if you want to help me out, hit like and get subscribed. She said no promotions until I get 100,000 subscribers. So we did kind of a weird stop at that stop sign. And then we did make the right here, which is good. Oh, I actually like that lane change because that was a right turn only. And our destination's actually to the left. It would have made more sense to go over that way. That's the route it would normally take. But it seemed to know it had to go right there. So off to an okay start, not very good with the roundabout and actually pretty good with that turn. So we're going to go into downtown here. We'll find lots of hard scenarios and see how it does. So let's get going. So starting off with this left turn here, we are moving into the left turn lane. There's not a whole lot of room because a bus and a big truck are already in the lane, but we did it nicely. Now we really can't see. I think it's unprotected. No, we have a green arrow. So the car gently moves through there. Yeah, that couldn't have been much better. So the truck going to the other side of the road. Whoa, what the? Okay, beta handling that pretty good actually. Slowed down and then moves out of the way. I think that was appropriate. Oh, and we're stopping here for this pedestrian. So she kind of came out there at the last second. And the car it warned me, it said like, look out, this person's coming. But the car stopped at the same time. I didn't have to interact or do anything there. So really good. There's a lot happening all at the same time. And the car seemed to handle all of that. And that's one of the strengths, is it's looking everywhere all the time. Its weakness is that it still just kind of makes dumb decisions a lot of the time. But once it is good at making good decisions, its ability to look kind of all over the place is going to help a lot. Make sure, do I have the right destination? Yeah, I do. All right, so we did this intersection last time, actually, and the car did pretty well, although we turned left here last time. Looks like a lot of pedestrians, and we're really far back, which just is kind of awkward. No one's behind us for now, so I'm leaving it, but we'll see how it goes. So we're getting honked at, so I'm just going to push up the accelerator a bit. But of course, we can't go because there's people walking in front of us. But the car needs to really inch out. So I'm pushing it just a little more. But so people just keep walking out. So he's telling me to go. So I pushed it. And the car, so I had to push it through there. I hate to do it because so that's definitely an intervention there. I hate to do it because it's one of those where kind of the right decision from the car, but if it doesn't just push through like I just did, it's never going to go. There's just far too many people. And wow, what the heck? So that road's closed, which is where the car wants to go. And we have to turn right. So will it figure that out? There's also another million pedestrians. So turn signal there, although I think it was the wrong one. Yeah, it just wants to go around that closed road sign. So this is one of my biggest annoyances here. So I'm just going to hit the brake. And he was getting confused by the car moving, and I have to reroute us because the car is going to try to go around the closed road sign. So that's really unfortunate that something like that, it's beta. I try to be forgiving, but we're 2 years in here, and some of this stuff has just kind of been a problem for a while. So pretty good job there with this person coming head on at us. This is crazy. So this guy's telling me to come through. The car's very cautious. I'm letting it do its thing. I'm okay with going that slow. But you could tell he's like, get out of my way. It's a robot. It's being safe. And then, wow, another... this is going to take forever. Okay, I like the move up. And actually, yes, okay, I was wrong. That one was handled perfectly. And I'm very glad to see it because, again, it was three-way stop, so it's at least controlled, but all the pedestrians, all the cars, and we were far back again. It's like the car's stopping too far back and not going to make a move. But all right, so off to a crazy start on this one. Let's hope the car can handle a little more. To be fair, at least those situations were pretty tough, but yeah, needed a lot of help so far. Right, so this left was unprotected. It waited for that cross traffic. It preemptively begins to go as that car clears, and then cautiously moves through. There's a lot going on. I'm fine with that. You can cautiously go through. Now, more closed roads here. It's kind of the same closed road we were dealing with before. I would have moved over more, but I guess we had enough room. And let's see if it'll turn right this time. So what I found, I saw, so yes, it sees that little gap and it's going to go for it. So I'm going to stop it. So I have to disengage again. So it's basically not ready for these closed roads. The guy to the right's telling me to go, but obviously cannot do that. I'm just going to move up to get out of his way so he can cross. And then we'll let the car handle the rest of this. I did see off camera, so you don't have to believe me if you don't want, but I saw it. It still wants to go to that destination. I did see when the road was fully blocked by a road closed sign, so it's not like the car saw the sign, but it was fully blocked. It did reroute on my way home one day. So I was glad to see that, but you have that little gap there for people that are allowed to go there, and the car's just like, no, I'm going to take that. So I think we probably should have went there, but we're waiting for our turn. That was fine. I mean, not a big deal. We didn't interact with that car to the left, but that's fine. Okay, unprotected. Let's just fly through here. There's nobody around. It's safe. All right, nice. I like that. Thank you. Empty. Good. Very good. All right, so we got our green, and we move through nicely, pretty easy, so should be good, no problem. All right, here's our destination. Let me put in the next one. I'm gonna turn beta off. All right, so let's take this right. Got the nav in there, kind of the last second, and we are doing it a little wide. I mean, that was a really sharp right. Oh, disengage. Sorry, that was my bad. Jeez, I do that sometimes. I think the yoke's a little more sensitive to disengagements, and sometimes I'll accidentally take over, but yeah, no big deal. We're shutting that back on. The right turn was fine. I did it right at the end there, so. All right, so that right was a little slow, but it was fine. And then this is a one-way street, pretty tight. Car's handling it well, though. Yeah, a little wobbly in the steering wheel, just barely. But this is fine. I mean, it's slow, but I actually really like this speed. There's really not much room here. You don't know if someone's going to hop out in between cars or something, so I am all about that slower speed in those situations. It's nice the car can kind of dynamically, change its speed. It's set to max of 25, but it was too fast for the conditions, so the car's able to slow it down and keep it safe. Wow, so I took over there because the car obviously moved over to avoid that parked car, but it was way too close to the traffic to my right there, so did not like that at all, and it was really abrupt. So you could see, even though my hand was on the wheel, the car got pretty far before I took over there. So now that lane change was really nice, but yeah, I'm really surprised by that abrupt move of the steering wheel there. Haven't seen, so old beta used to do stuff like that all the time, and lately we haven't seen those types of moves from beta. So we need to move, yeah, there you go, all the way over. All the way. Very nice. Good job getting in this left turn lane. And I love this left turn because the car has always screwed it up in the past. Last time it did it correctly, so it seems like it's getting better, but let's see if it can handle it this time. All right, we got the green. We're following our friends here. They might help us, they might not. The car, look at the tentacle. I'm not, but you can see it wants to make a hard left into, there you go, fix yourself. So in the old versions, it wouldn't even fix itself. I would have to be the one to kind of take it off from doing that. Now it'll kind of, I think because the building's in the way, it doesn't know, I don't know, it like doesn't know it's a two-way street or something. It's weird. It'll start to cut it too hard and then fix itself. So still not good. I'm going to click report on that one, I suppose. But I've been reporting it for almost 2 years now, and it still does it. So yeah, there's another kind of consistent mistake we can still see. We got an open door. Let's see if that's detected. It's barely, well, now it's open all the way. So it is detected. Person's detected. We move around them. And then you need to move back over. I mean, this is fine. So we did get here second. So I'm glad that they continued. Waiting for our turn. And here we go. There you go. Very nice. All right, destination's here. Let me put in the next one for us. All right, so we're really creeping past the stop line despite this red. And wow, we're really creeping forward. I don't think we've made a right on this red before. We can after this Jeep if the car really wants to. Hey, cool. Okay. All right, first time for everything. We made a right on red there. Very nice. Now you need to move all the way over, which you've been pretty good at. That was fine. I'm okay with that. It's just if this was really packed and crowded, I don't know the car would pull it off so gracefully. All right, so turn left here. There's no cars, but this is where the car cut it last time. So it didn't cut it nearly as hard. It like barely touched that left lane, so that was actually better than before. All right, so same thing that happened last time. Kind of sitting here at the last second, the car changed its navigation to take a left here. Again, I believe it's because this road right ahead, right past the light was closed before, and the car still kind of has that memory there. But we need to wait for this person, and then we should be good. Tentacle is showing straight, though. What are you doing? Okay, I mean, you can go straight, but why is the nav showing left and then you go straight? Like, what is... and then I'm going to have to disengage you here again, because we already did this. We know you're going to try to go straight. I will wait and see if the car somehow, you know, remembers I made it turn right before, but I doubt that. We got some pedestrians. Lots of robot thinkers today. The tentacles, he's trying to decide. He's trying to figure out what to do here. Now, see, it wants to go through there. I'm not going to allow it to do that, of course. So I'm just going to take over because it wants to, you know, go past the road close sign. There's a big opening there. So I get how, wow, this is more packed than before. I get how an AI would mess that up. But it's like, you think that sign would be part of what the car recognizes. Nice job with those open doors and instant rerouting and taking us again. So we're not robotaxi status, I can tell you that much. Hold on, there's people. All right, that's fine. Once these guys pass, yeah, I don't know. I like this position, I suppose. We're kind of in the way, but nobody's here. And right as they move out of the way, we go through. So that's the kind of stuff I like to see. I like the confidence, but when I know what it's doing. Wow, this is like big change in light. Car has no problem with that. So we stop for her and a little rollback. And she doesn't like us, so she wants us to go. All right, well, I'll let the car continue there. So I guess, I don't know if she didn't like the rollback or what that was, but we were definitely stopped there. And she didn't want to go in front of us, so that's fine. We will, the car did handle that. I had my foot on the brake. So whenever we have situations like that, just so you guys know, my foot is always on the brake. For the most part, like here, it's on the accelerator because I don't want to wait. And see it, look, that guy way rolled that stop sign. Oh, that's closed too, so I got to take over again. Yeah, lots of disengagement. It's just, it's crazy with the construction here, but the cars to be able to handle that. You know, these are the same roads I've been driving all this time, and sometimes they're closed. The car needs to know to reroute, and it's just not doing it. Stopping here for no reason. Creeping. Don't creep, just go. It's not a stop sign, it's not an intersection, just go. Slowing for these people in the street, so that's good. Yeah, so the car is very sensitive to, yeah, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, so those interactions are so difficult because technically I have the right of way because she's just walking in the middle of the road. There's a crosswalk right here. I would just stop though. Like I'm not, even though maybe technically I should just, you know, proceed, that's not what I'm going to do. So come on, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. All right, we pretty much did this part already. I'm going to give you my final thoughts here and wrap it up. I don't know. Like, it's beta. I get it. I'm in control, blah, blah, blah. But 2 years in, some of the stuff is like, come on, let's get it working like that. Okay, I'll report it. Like that stop. The roundabouts, the closed road signs. I don't know. I can't talk too much because I don't actually work on the details of it. So I don't want to sound like a jerk. I'm still very impressed that my car can do any of this. Let me make that perfectly clear. But seeing the same mistakes for so much time now is kind of like, oh, I wish that was fixed now. That's just how I feel. I still enjoy it. I still think it's very impressive. And I still think a person paying attention while using the software is safer than your average driver. I mean, we've seen the data. So we're in this intersection forever. I still think 10.69 was also better. I don't know why. Maybe I just didn't drive enough with it or come across enough, you know, crazy scenarios with it. But I had a way better time on 10.69 than anything after it. So they don't like my camera up there. No one's behind me, so I'm just chilling. Like, whatever. All these people can just walk in front of me forever. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your thoughts down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this one, and you will see me and Full Self Driving Beta in the next video.